Hi, and welcome to practice. Today I'd like to play with more fluid movements, some waving, and some movement that comes from the inside. I'd like to start with our hands, so you can start seated or you can join me standing. Bring your hands out in front of you and start to press through the heel of the hand and then roll all the way through your fingers. So you're going to make a wave with your hands. And allow your hands to move in symmetry. So keep going with the movement and allow yourself to move into more and more feeling as though the wave were coming from the inside and rolling through you. You can imagine being at the ocean, or maybe you are at the ocean, and you can put the feeling of the ocean inside your hands, inside your wrists. And change the direction or the facing so you can stream out wide to the sides. And naturally allow that to move through your arms. So feeling into the lower arm, elbow all the way down. All the way down to your wrists and all the way through your hands. And now allowing that movement to travel through your arms. So up through your shoulders and down through your elbows, down through your fingers. So it's like the awareness of a movement, a flow, a wave-like movement is starting higher up in the arms. And I'm standing, so I'm allowing myself to walk a little bit forward and back just to keep my lower legs, my lower half really active and engaged and aware. Notice the movement through your scapulas. Fluid movement. Play with the movement going forward and also out wide. And notice the movement in your clavicles in the front. And now play with letting the movement come from your fingers and travel back towards your spine. So out and in, out and in, out and in. Now we're going to release this into a little more playfulness or creativity, so you can let your arms move in asymmetry. Kind of jiggle out your arms or shake up your arms. And just start to get a sense of your contents, your interior, the weight of the contents of your hands and forearms and upper arms and shoulders. And then return to wave-like movements. And again, this can be an asymmetry, but allow the wave-like movements to really come from the inside. So releasing into more of an improv so that you can be moved and influenced by your own experience. Wave-like movements coming from the inside. And now we're going to shift the tempo, so we're still in the arms, but let it move very slow. And then just allowing the waving to kind of move fast and fluid. different tempos. Both tempos have a flow to them. Experiment with waving that goes up and over your head. And notice your spine. So as you move into asymmetry with your arms, naturally your spine might start to come in. And then begin to wave through your spine. And let's lead from our tailbone. So tailbone will move forward and back, and forward and back. And as your tailbone moves forward and back, let your spine roll. Yep, keep going. And change what's leading. So can you make a wave leading from your head? A roll. A sequence. Keep going. And now what if this was coming from the inside? So oftentimes, especially when we're watching on a video or something, it's like, oh, I'm watching and then I'm doing it. Or I'm hearing the instruction and then I'm doing it. And then of course there's always this little shift in our awareness that allows the movement to come into our own experience. And that's a really sweet spot. So we're looking for that. Oh, what is it like for me to roll through my spine and my contents and to feel that? And now release your spine into some side to side movements. Can you wave side to side? Roll side to side, sequence side to side. Right now I'm playing with, well, what is it to lead from my tail? What is it to lead from the top of my head? And now allow yourself to move your spine freely. And include your arms. So could a movement from your tail influence a way that goes all the way through your spine into your arms? I'm letting that experience of fluidity, of inner fluidity, go further through my body. It's like when we were moving our arms, and it's like, okay, well, here's my elbow to my hand. Here's my shoulder to my hand. Here's my scapula to my hand. Here's my hand to my scapula. And now, can my tail carry all the way through my arms in different positions? So feeling that upright, and then maybe changing your orientation with gravity. What is it like to move from that side to side? So side to side and front to back. We start to get some spirals. So if my head starts to wave to the side, there's a spiral. Include my arms. Woof! I just got a nice big sequence, right? So keep playing. Head leads all the way through spine. There's my arms. Your feet here, legs are just going for the ride. And then again, let's shift tempo. So let's go slow. Take your time. And in the slow, let's go small. Let the movements be close to center. Connecting spine to arms, arms to spine through inner waves, small and close to center. Even smaller. Even smaller. I tend to want to expand right away. And then let's let it go big. Big waves. Still focusing on arms to spine. Spine to arms. And last minute with this, let's just shift the tempo into something kind of fast. So just like quicker rapids. And part of the offering of going a little faster is that then maybe your mind can just drop into the experience. Release into some momentum. You're taken for the ride. And then we'll pause, find a little steadiness and a little sway. All right, so let's just say hi to the lower half of our bodies. Hello, legs. Shake them out. And check in with their fullness, their contents. You can use your hands to shake them out, to rub out the container, your form, your skin. Okay, legs. So similar to the hands, we'll just start with your feet to roll one at a time up and off the floor. I'll come into the screen view here. So rolling, rolling, waving. And I'm starting with this, with lifting my heel and rolling through to the toes. And then I'm going to give equal attention from my toe planting and then the roll back down towards my heel. Heel to toe, toe to heel, heel to toe, toe to heel. And naturally, that's going to come right up your leg, right? It's already happening. Like that movement. Doesn't have to, of course. I can move through my leg and keep my spine really steady, which is a really great choice, of course. But for today's focus of this inner wave, I'm going to let it come all the way through me. And then notice what it's like to play with some waving with one leg lifted. Like, can I roll from my hip joint down into my foot? From my foot back towards my knee, back towards my hip, back towards my spine. And then one way I really like to explore this is by letting my feet open up wide and then start to play with how my feet are releasing into the floor by sometimes releasing really strongly to the big toe side of my foot and then sometimes pressing into the pinky toe side of my foot, sometimes rooting through the ball of my foot, sometimes pressing through my heel. So just letting your feet get really playful for how they're talking and pushing and releasing into the ground. And then let everything above it, So your legs and your spine and your arms all be moved by what is happening with your feet's relationship to the ground, right? So playful here at the bottom, and then everything else moving in relationship to that. And then again, coming back to, well, what if this was really fluid, liquid, playing, feet through spine into arms, feet through legs, through spine into arms. And now maybe you want to put on a little music so you can feel some inspiration. We'll just a couple of minutes. So you have feet up through spine, arms into spine, spine into arms, spine into legs, and then just, what else? Arms together in symmetry, arms in asymmetry, talking to spine, spine talking to arms. Tempo, so slow. So fast. Just to forget or release the conceptual mind into the experience. And of course, there's shifts, right? Like interruptions. Oh, I thought I was going here, but then something else takes over. And then when you're feeling ready, we'll just pause. And that might be, you want to put on some music and keep going with all of that. At any point you can pause, find a couple bounces to find center. So centering, being in relationship to the ground. Centering, being in relationship to your spine, your core, your middle. And centering, being in relationship to this place, whatever place you're in. And then let's lift the arms up to the sky. So feeling relationship to earth, relationship to space. Here you are, in the center of it all. And release your arms down. Notice how you feel. I feel a little more playful, a little more full, a little more easy. So notice how you're feeling, and then we'll just pause there and of course take as much time with this material as you like. Thank you.